Yo, what's going on? This is the build that I'll be using for the video. And the subspecies that I use is a +3 health recovery. And I'm going to go over the whole build as the video goes on and stuff. Also, your other options for the Lambeo subspecies are +10 stamina recovery, which is pretty good. And also +10 swim speed, which just seems pretty useless as Lambeo can only use a specific kick to attack in the water and then tail hit, which are both just aren't worth it. So to start off with the passive, you have your bipedal stance, and all you do is just press your crouch button to get onto the two legs. And then the sense that I run is musician, 20% faster vocal ability cooldowns, which I think is pretty good. I just like to get those heal calls often. And then your other option is forceful blows, 50% increased attack knockback, which is pretty good for a knockback build. And there's certain points in the video where I wish I had it, but honestly I still just prefer musician over the other ones. And then you have family chorus, increased stamina recovery when not grouped while grouped. You and each hedrosaur within 50 meters gain 10% stamina recover, and it stacks up to 4 times. So that is Iguanodon, bars, Iggy, sorry, it's the same thing. What's Campto? I'm pretty sure that's all of the ones that can have family chorus and it stacks up. But yeah, I just use musician. And then for your front limb, you don't have an option. It's your kick, a kick that causes medium damage. And this is the most important thing about it. You 150% increased damage if in bipedal stance. So if you ever face fighting another Lambeo, just make sure you are in bipedal stance, as it happened to me before and I absolutely destroyed the other Lambeo. For my metabolism, I just use a normal herbivore, able to eat fruit and berries, moderate food drain. Your other option is forager, able to eat flowers, nuts, roots and fruit, faster food drain. So yeah, I just like the slower food drain, but yeah. Now for my hide, I use the protector, increases your armor by 10% and all grouped Camptos, Struffies, Kentros and Patches armor by 25% within 75 meters, which is really good. So yeah, and actually a lot of the time I ran the Lambeo with my friend to make the Patches so much stronger, and he did 1v1 a Styrac and beat him. So yeah, actually is really good, and especially for a Kentro. Kentro's already pretty hard to kill. With 25% increased armor, it can be insane. Your other options, and this is the other one that is pretty good, healing presence. Resting or sleeping will increase your and all group members healing by 100% within 10 meters radius. There's no effect when in combat, which it's alright. I just prefer protector as it gives me armor and all the other small dinos around me armor, which makes it really well into a team play. And also, I mean, the voice calls are already really good to where you shouldn't really even need healing presence. But yeah, and then your other option is resilient skills, increase bleed and venom healing by 30%, which is alright. It's not bad, it's just alright. But yeah, and then your last option is streamlined, increases swim speed and swim turning speed by 10%, which once again, I don't know why you really want to be using the water anyway. Obviously to escape, but it's not like you're gonna go in there fighting Spinos, Megs or Conks, you know. But yeah. Now for my leg slot, I use brace legs, ignore uphill movement and decrease. Increases speed when moving downhill by 10% and reduces falling damage by 10%. Just because the Lambeo is not like crazy fast, you know, I don't really want to get tail ridden by, let's say, an aloe. So yeah, I just want to be able to put that crazy distance on people, going uphill and downhill and just using it as an escape. Your other option is long distance runner, which is pretty good. Reduces running stamina drain by 15%, which is alright. It's not a bad option. I just prefer the extra movement speed up and downhill. And then you have shove, lunge forward, knocking back enemies. That's more if you want to play offensively, but I would say there's not really The Lambeo is just a really good defensive dino. I feel like if you're using the Lambeos offensively, you're kind of doing it wrong. So yeah. And your last option for your leg slot is strong legs. Take 60% less knockback, 15% increased fracture healing, which is alright, but it's just lax compared to the other options that you have in the leg slot. But yeah, moving on to the back limb, I use rodeo kick, which is easily the best option. It's also going to be your main attack. It's a powerful kick that does a 360 around you and knocks everything back, and it does and it can't be interrupted by knockback either, so you could use this when against other patches that are trying to throw you off a cliff. Now your other option is webbed feet. 10% increased swim speed and 50% decreased swim stamina drain. Once again, I mean, I think the devs want you to be a full water Lambeo, which just isn't worth it. And yeah, rodeo kick is a must-have. And then your last option is back kick, a kick that causes medium damage and requires slow movement to use. Keep in mind, rodeo kick uses stamina, but it's still like really good, and it doesn't even use that much stamina. Not only that, the cooldown between rodeo kick is like 1 second, and you can just keep spamming it, as that's what I've done. The Lambeo is super easy to use. Now for my tail, I use the tail attack, and it causes knockback. Why? Because when I don't have the mountains around me to run away, I use it to get stuff off of my tail, as the Lambeo can be a little bit squishy, and your heal calls won't help if you're bleeding or someone's just on you the whole time. So yeah, I just like the knockback. Even though it doesn't do a lot of damage, it just keeps people off of you. But yeah, your other option, which I thought about, is armored tail, and you take damage and status effects inflicted to your tail is dramatically reduced, so you practically take no damage to your tail. But I just like the knockback, because what does it matter if I take no damage to the tail if someone can get right on top of me? So yeah, but it's not a bad option. And then your last option is dunking kick, a kick that deals medium damage and propels you forward, provides a passive 10% increased swimming speed and 20% increased swim turn speed. Only usable in the water, that's the problem. You can only use it in the water, which is practically useless. Most of the time you'll be fighting on land rather than water. Going on to my voice, I use the healing calls. You have 3 of them. You have Primal Mend, a call that increases your healing rate by 4 times for 60 seconds. And this only gives you health, not your teammates. This is a solo one. And then you have Healing Call, a call that increases the healing rate of all party members. All party members within 30 meters by 120 seconds. Must be in a group to use. This one's really good. Primal Mend heals you more, but Healing Call heals everyone. Rejuvenating Roar, all group members within 30 meters. Heal status effects twice as quickly for 30 seconds, can be used solo. But yeah, I mean, the thing about Primal Mend, it just heals you faster than Healing Call, and you can use both of them for like crazy health recovery when you're fighting. Your other option is your survival calls, which are PvE really. Hustle, a call that increases your group's trotting speed by 20% for 5 minutes within 75 meters. Which is alright, but just not as good as the healing calls. And then your other one is Guiding Beacon. All group members within 75 meters receive significantly reduced damage for 2 minutes. However, affected group members will deal no damage for the duration of this buff, which makes you practically useless, and all you can do is run away, which that could only really be useful if you're faster than someone. And then the other one is Slow Digestion. All group members within 75 meters receive 30% slower food and water drain for 5 minutes. Once again, it's just like, food isn't that hard to find, especially as a herbivore. Moving on to your other option, your combat calls, which is pretty good, but so this is the first one, Call to Arms. Apply a 25% attack damage increase for all group members within 30 meters for 90 seconds, which is it's alright. It's actually pretty good, but I would only run combat calls if I was with another Lambeo. That way one has heal calls and the other one has combat calls. But if the one with heal calls dies, then you're pretty dead. But yeah. And then the other one is Rallying Horn. Apply a 25% armor increase to all group members within 30 meters for 90 seconds. This is also pretty good. And then Blaring Call. All enemies within 30 meters deal 25% reduced damage for 90 seconds, which is also really good. So yeah. Now I'm also going to go over the gameplay and what I'm thinking at the time. And other things as well. But just so you know, you need to watch out when you're fighting arrows or really anything with bleed, as it pretty much directly counters a Lambeo. Because bleed, just you can't heal through bleed. So yeah, whereas example, a Dasp is a lot easier to fight, even though the Dasp is stronger than the arrow. But yeah. Anyway, in this clip we're fighting a mixed pack of 2 Rexes and a Duck and a little Raptor. So these guys are 16 slots. The limit's 10 obviously. No one really plays in the limit, to be honest, but yeah. But I've got an Iggy, a Lamb and an Albert. And this is actually a very winnable fight, just because of how bad the Rex's turn radius is. The only problem with the tail hit against the Apexes is you don't do enough damage for it to be worth it. And a lot of the times, honestly, when the Rex is right on top of you, it seems to miss, or not very close to being on to you, where it can still bite you, but it's not hitting your body, and the tail hit just misses. But yeah. Right now we're just trying to focus one Rex. That would be the best thing to do. As you can see, this guy's getting pretty low. The Duck is really the last thing we want to fight, because it puts on bleed with its claw attack. But yeah. Anyway, we kill this Rex, and a Conch comes around, but he doesn't do anything. He just takes the trophy and just runs away. And we heal up, obviously. Me and Albert get full health first, and I wasn't sure who this little Raptor was, so I'm just gonna kill him. It wasn't the same one, I don't think, but yeah. But anyway, the Iguanodon's still healing up, and we start fighting this Rex. And honestly, the Lambeo isn't really good at fighting Apexes. You're literally just a support dino. You're amazing at fighting small dinos because of that rodeo kick. It makes it really hard for people. Anyway, I was going to try and time when this guy was going to run out of stamina, and then do that, rodeo kick him. You can see I hit him with it, and the only reason he survived is because he had lucky feathers, so yeah. Yeah, the Raptor got away. And I'm just healing up. I sit down because when you sit down, you heal even faster with the calls. Same as like fully resting. And this guy uses a call and I get stuck on him, which is my mistake. Anyway, the Albert's just tail riding this guy, as Albert's got really good turn radius, whereas the Rex just doesn't. And I get a few hits on him as well, you know, because I'm gonna get full HP just from the healing calls. And I can always pop my other one as well, Primal Mend, at any point. But yeah, and you can see there he's just using the block there. Another one of them comes about, but not sure who he was with. He could easily be with other people, and even if he's not, I don't want this to turn into a mega pack of herbivores just running SLL and just killing all the solos and smaller groups, as that's no fun and really easy. But yeah, I use my Primal Mend, just that way I can heal up a little bit, and then also get back into the fight and help my own Iggy, who wasn't even full health to begin with. But yeah, and also my other one was just on cooldown. So, and the problem with a pop it now, I'm pretty sure the Iguanodon puts a little bit of bleed on people, so it wouldn't really do anything for my own Iguanodon. But yeah, and there's not really much this guy can do. I mean, it's a 3v1. Yeah, but you just have to take care of stuff like that. And here there was a Spino, and I told my friend to face tank the Spino, is that I'll just heal him through it, because the Spino didn't have anything that put bleed. on. I think maybe Claus can, but I don't know if he had them on. And I pop the heal. That way, while he's face tanking this guy, he's healing, and I'm also hitting the Spino from the back. So that way, he's not only face tanking an Eggy, while the Eggy's healing, and also I'm just kicking him in the back. And you can see we easily kill that guy. And all the health that my friend's lost, he's just gonna regain it back. But yeah, here was just like a bunch of people just gonna fight each other. They never fought each other. So yeah, just two massive groups that didn't do anything but stand there. It was pretty cool though either way. And here you can see on the Kilo is just trying to pounce onto me, and I just keep spamming rodeo kick. He just cannot get on top. And the baby got on top, but he just does like no damage. I'm not worried about this guy whatsoever. But yeah, I put this guy pretty low, and I go chase him just because there's a little cliff here, like mountain thing here, uphill, and I thought I could catch him maybe with the brace legs, but he got away. And here there is a Styric. You can see him in the back of the bushes creeping up. And honestly, I thought he was with the Kilo. And I invite my friend to the team real quick, and I look back and the Styrax killed a Kilo. So yeah. Anyway, here I was AFK and my friend already killed a conch, and now he is fighting this raptor. And he kills the raptor. He hit him with a charge. Now from this point on, we're going to be fighting the same group over and over again. You can see the conch is back, and they brought a Meg. And they also have the eel. The eel is with them. And my friend puts a bunch of damage on this Meg, and I hit him too. And he's trying to get to the water. And honestly, if he didn't keep turning like this, he would have made it to the water. But because he took a turn, instead of just going in a straight line, I caught up to him and ended up killing the guy. And now they can't go up pretty low, but he can always just swim into the water. Now the eel sharpened its horns for increased damage and stuff like that. But here's the thing, he's too slow and he can't catch me. So yeah. And at any point I can just heal my friend. And that's exactly what I do, is I heal him back up. Now, even though the Lambeo isn't made for fighting Apexes, you can still put damage onto them, even though you take a lot of damage yourself, just because you can always heal it all back. Whereas the Apexes can't. So yeah, and they usually just have a slow healing speed anyway. So yeah, and the only thing that can really punish you is like a Tyranno Titan or a Rex, because the Tyranno Titan's fast and it has bleed, whereas the Rex has got bone snap. So yeah, but either way, got my health back, and back to fighting this eel. Now a critter comes up and does a bunch of damage to this eel, and this eel tries to fight the critter, and the problem is he didn't keep fighting it. He fought it a little bit and then decided to back out, where he's probably only really had to hit it a few more times for the critter to die anyway. So yeah, and he just starts running. Now because he starts running, he's giving away his tail, and now I can get a bunch of free hits on him. Now he's running to the water, to his conch, to try and help him. I move out of the way for my friend to hit the charge, but he misses, and the conch gets in the way and gets himself hurt. But you can see that he does lots of damage, but either way, I have 2 calls that I can use, and a 3rd call to increase the effectiveness of those calls. And I'm just spamming the rodeo kick, as that's the main form of damage. I don't want to face fight this guy with the kick. I want to just keep knocking him back into the water. But yeah, and I use my heal call just so I can keep constant pressure onto this guy and just keep him from healing, because when you're in combat you can't heal. Only time you can is when you have heal calls. So yeah, and this guy just keeps going in the water. I keep getting little hits on him, and I rodeo kick here and actually somehow killed the conch, so that was really nice. So yeah, and I'm trying to get to this guy, but it's really hard. You know, Lambeo can only tail hit, or I can only tail hit because of the attacks that I use, and our friend just goes in, jumps in, and goes for the ute. And you can see they bring a duck. So they've already lost 2 conchs, a meg, and a raptor. And now my friend is in there killing the eel, and he actually kills the eel. Not only that, he quite literally survives this. Like, how does Apache survive a duck in the water for that long? Pretty crazy. He gets away, and then we obviously heal back up. Now he does get hit by the duck that puts him 1 hit, and sorry, not yet. Anyway, they brought a Serato, and the Serato said that he was the EO in global, so we knew it was him. So instantly we go for this guy, and my friend kills him. Well, he starts fighting him, obviously, and he's face fighting this guy. Why? Because this guy's using rapid strikes, and they do way less damage without a carcass nearby, which there wasn't, and I just kick him as well to get the kill on him. And this duck tries to do things, but he's just slow. Yeah, he's only useful in the water. But he does hit my teammate, puts him 1 hit, and the raptor's back. So I used the heal call, but it was too late. Honestly, my friend should have just kept running, letting the heal call go as long as he could without getting hit. But yeah, the raptor got on him and killed him. And now here, obviously try and kill the raptor. I end up getting stuck. Duck gets a few free hits on me, and I just run away because there's also megs. They bring a couple of megs, and I don't want to keep fighting the duck, as I'm not really worried about 2 megs. I can just keep spamming the rodeo kick even when I miss. But you know, there's not really a cooldown between it. Yeah, it's just rodeo kick. It takes like not a lot of skill to use. Yeah, you can just keep spamming it. But I just keep running, just want to put more distance on between the duck, and I also want to go to the waystone to get my friend. So yeah, now I'm pretty low on stamina, so that is the problem. And the rodeo kick misses, he gets a bunch of free hits on me, and then I just spam it again. The thing is, the meg really doesn't do a lot of damage without its heavy bite. But yeah, you can see they've got 2 megs here, and so far they've lost 2 conchs, a raptor, EO, and now they bring 2 more megs, and a dasp, right? And realistically, I'm already pretty low. This dasp shouldn't have struggled this much with me, but he did. I just got a bunch of free hits on him while he was struggling to get up on this rock, whereas he didn't really hit me. And I'm just waiting for my stamina to come back here, so that way I can heal back up with my primal mend, but it does use stamina to use those calls. So yeah, and the megs are trying to get up. I'm not worried about the megs, they do no damage. Yeah, and I put the dasp low enough to where he backed off and didn't want to fight anymore. And once again, megs are too squishy and not dangerous enough for me to be worried about it. And for the rest of this, they pretty much just let me get my stamina back, pop my heal call, and I get all of my health back, and they do nothing to stop me, as they can't really because they don't have bleed. So yeah, now I do stop running away as I could see the duck was coming towards me, and I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get chased down by a duck, one of the slowest land creatures in the game. And I start heading for the house, and I instantly thought to myself, if I can get to a cliff and bait these guys, I can just knock them all off with rodeo kick, as it does a pretty good amount of knockback even without a full knockback build. And I also want to reserve a little bit of stamina. So yeah, and I do get up on top of this cliff, and yeah, you see this meg follows up, which I don't know, he thought I was low or something, or just, yeah, I just rodeo kick and knock him off, and I break his bones. And I heard that, and I instantly go down to try and finish him off, and you see he's sitting, and I just kick him in the head and kill him as he tried to get up. So now There's 2 meter guayas. There is also a bunch of other things. They brought even more megs, even though after I killed those, they just kept coming back. The Serato's also just back. My teammate still hasn't got here yet from his last death, and they have the Raptor. The problem is I can't really get away because I just use a lot of stamina on my healing calls, and I get them off. So I can't run away, and also the meter guaya's poison slows me down, so it makes it that much harder to run away. I just keep precise turning out of the way, but now I'm just getting sandwiched like this. It's really difficult, and the main plan was to get up on this cliff and then just knock everyone off of it using the rodeo kick. But I should have went to that right bit, but yeah, I should really be trying to get in front of these guys. And I use it, it's just not enough knockback, and I try and go forward, but I end up falling down here, which it's not the best position. Honestly, I could have played this a lot better, but either way, you can see how much stuff they have. It's pretty impossible to win. But my friend is getting close, and I'm just trying to knock these guys away, knock them off cliffs, knock them up cliffs, just make them take fall damage. But meter guys are really strong, especially with that tail barrage. It does lots of damage. And my friend finally gets here, but I'm already really low, and that meter just keeps putting pressure on me. I just keep spamming the rodeo kick, but I try and get down, and I just end up dying of fall damage. Anyway, my friend just waystones me back, and I already fought a dasp here. So they had 2 dasp here. I already put one of them low. But yeah, you can see how low these guys instantly put me. But a rodeo kick, I imagine that did a lot of damage because that guy just backed off. And I pop instantly both of my heal calls to get as much health back as soon as possible. And I also one for my friend. And you can see my friend is really low, and realistically he should be trying to run away here and get his health back. But he goes back in. He stays with me. And the dasp gets up and gets a hit on me, which is pretty good. But either way, you can see this guy's just getting really low just from the kicks. And there's nothing to just stop him because I'm just healing all of my health back. And my friend goes in and dies, where he honestly could have played it a bit better and survived. But yeah. Now here, I kept trying to get into bipedal stance, and it just kept putting me back down to all fours, which was really annoying, as I'm missing on 150% damage. But yeah. Now also another thing is, when you go in bipedal, you cannot use your rodeo kick, so keep that in mind. But yeah. And honestly, I thought I was going to die here. I was trying to get up on places, but I didn't have the stamina for it, or really the health, honestly. But yeah, I just kept spamming the rodeo kick, as it's just all around very effective and really good. But yeah, and they already said he's patchy twice. Even though they have lost way more stuff, they've been way overpacked the whole time. And yeah, these guys were horrific, but it is what it is. That's just kind of how it goes on official servers. But yeah, the main thing was those 2 meter guayas that really, got really annoying. But you can see I actually killed the dasp. Even with that many people, I mean, you should never be dying to one Lambeo with that many people. But yeah, now here I'm just sticking to the water and just precise turning out of the way of the tail attacks. And yeah, and I use my tail attack to knock back that Serato with its charged attack. Yeah, and you can see I'm just keep using my precise turn and stuff. And I put a lot I know that hurt, because that Serato didn't even come back after that. He just kept away. He didn't want to die, and I already knew this Meg was coming in, so I go on all fours and do the rodeo kick and kill him. So they've already lost a dasp and a Meg in this fight alone with this many people. Yeah, but either way, I'm just trying to get away, and I literally forgot that they had a Meg. I don't know how I forgot this, But you're gonna see I go into the water, thinking that, oh, I'm fine, I can swim across, because Lambeo's a really great swimmer. So I wanted to swim across. With this many things on me, and you can see there's another Das back there. I was like, oh, there's a Megan here. I messed up, you know. I took a lot of damage. Not only I took a lot of damage, I just wasted stamina. So honestly, if I didn't do that, could have survived. I put myself up against this rock and just used the rodeo kick. But I'm already really low on stam health. I really messed up going into that water. But yeah, that was pretty much it. They ended up killing me.